Good morning, class. Welcome to fourth period physical education class. Today we are going to be starting a brand new unit, and this unit will cover the sport of basketball. A lot of kids think that basketball is all about just scoring the basketball on offense. Well, I'm going to tell you guys today that all that's about to change because one of the most underrated and most important thing about basketball is the defense. After this lesson, you will then develop a better skill and understanding of how defense works in basketball. After today's lesson, it is also important for you to always remember these skills that you are taught today and later, down the line, apply them in a real game. But before we get into all that, first things first, we always must want to stretch before we do any certain activity so that we can prevent any injury. Coming up after this is going to be a demonstration of the stretches that you are going to do. Once you see the demonstration of the stretches, I want you to pause this video and so it can give you time to do the stretches properly and make sure you get a good stretch. For the first stretch, we're going to do what is called a quad pull. I want you to hold your leg for 5 seconds for each leg and then do it for 5 times. Here is the demonstration. For the next stretch, we're going to do what is called toe touches. It's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to do that for 10 seconds for 3 times. Here is the demonstration. Next stretch we have is what is called the squat thrust. We're going to do these for 1 set of 10. Here is the demonstration right here. For the next stretch that we are going to do is what is called jumping jacks, just to get the blood flowing a little bit. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 for this exercise. Here is the demonstration. If you have any more stretches, feel free to do them. But if you don't, now let's get down to business while we're really here. For the first exercise that we're going to be doing, we're going to be working on our defensive stance. This is important in basketball because you want to always stay low and keep a good wide base shoulder width apart so that you can always stay in front of the person that you are guarding. We're going to do this for 3 sets for 20 seconds. Make sure that your chest is up and your shoulders are shoulder width apart with your legs. Here's what we're looking for in a good defensive stance. Now for this exercise, we're going to want you to move to a room where you have a little bit more space to move. For this one, we're going to do what is called slide shuffling. We're going to want you to do 10 of these, so really just down and back is only 1. Notice how his base is still the same as from the first activity and his feet do not click. For the next activity, we're going to be working on what is called a box out drill. So I want you to find something in your home, just anything, and we're going to be walking around, and then when the shot goes up, we're going to act like we're boxing out a real person. If you don't have a basketball, it is okay. Just find any object you can that's small just to throw and act like it is a basketball. Just please don't break anything in mom and dad's house. For this activity, we want to do about 3 sets worth of 5 times practicing boxing out. If you notice, nothing really changes from his really regular defensive stance. He's just making sure he's putting his rear against someone so that he can prevent them from getting the rebound, so that he can get the rebound for his team to go down and score on offense. For this activity, we're going to work on what is called man-to-man defense. Now, if you're by yourself in your home and you don't have anybody else to do this with, it's okay to do like we did in the previous activity and just get something and stand in front of. But for this one, we want to make sure that we are at least 6 inches away from the offensive player and that we always have our hands up and active, ready for whenever he tries to swipe or tries to go by you. Like I said before, it is okay if you do not own a basketball. You can just pretend that one is in your hand. Notice how Mr. Brailsford is a good distance away from the offensive player and he has his hands up actively ready for if he tries to go by with the dribble move. He also, if you notice, is keeping his eyes down at the offensive player's waist because if he tries to juke or anything, he can only go where his waist goes. For this exercise, we're only going to do this for about 20 seconds for 3 times, just to get the motion down and idea of what is going to happen in a real game. That will conclude today's class. I hope that you took all these skills that we went over today and took them seriously, and then once that everything opens back up due to COVID-19, that you apply these on a real game court and always remember these skills. For the one final thing I want you guys to do, I want you guys to reflect on how today's lesson went. I want you to tell me what you like, what you didn't like, and what can be improved in the lesson. I want you to email that to either myself or Mr. Brailsford before the start of next class. Thank you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And always remember, please stay safe.